Hi, my name is Annie. I'm the owner of Pomelo Slimes, and today I'm going to be comparing some iconic jellies from the slime community. I'm not personally an expert on jellies. In fact, I struggle with clear glue a lot, so bear in mind this is more of a consumer standpoint than an expert's criticism. What I personally like may not reflect your own opinions, and you may love a type of jelly I'm just not a big fan of because we have different playing styles. Without further delay, let's look at some jellies. So first up, we have Peachy Babies Tutti Frutti Jelly. I feel like Andrea was the person to popularize jelly slime, so hers was a must-have. This is a pretty smooth pink jelly with a little bit of clay shaving sprinkles. Its scent is actually very perfumey, but is described as fruity. I don't really smell any fruit, so if you're not a fan of perfume, I wouldn't really trust their descriptions. The texture is very classic. The snow is bloomed. Bloom just means hydrated, but it's more fun to say. So the grains are large, but not large enough to be wet. It's not extremely dense, but it is on the thicker side. The snow isn't heavy, but is definitely enough to distinguish it from a regular clear and can hold pokes. Next up is H2OG Jelly from SLIMES. It's a very pretty blue slime with purple to blue shifting glitters. It doesn't have a scent, so it's pretty perfect for those who are sensitive to scents. While this jelly does feel like a great classic, the slime itself is pretty dense and tacky. The snow is pretty bloomed, but some of the source of hydration may have been the glue or slime itself. This just makes the slime very tacky when inflated, when underactivated, or very slow stretch when activated to the point that it is an issue. As recommended by Cindy from Cindy Slime Show, we have Flow Jelly from Flow Slimes. This is described as a thick jelly scented fresh cut roses. Its grain is pretty fine, which leads me to believe that it is not hydrated. The slime itself is very thick and dry as well. In this clip, it's activated so that the slime is not tacky, but it also makes it very slow stretch and dense. It can be a great couch slime, and it is also very visually appealing as well, with dolphin and heart glitters at the bottom. This is also a perfume scent as described, but they do have other food scents. Next is the most anticipated jelly in the video. This is Ginger Peach Preserves by Sushi Slime. It is a orange coated jelly, which is not like normal coated recipe, and the scent has the same vibes as guava candies, but it doesn't really smell like guava candies. It has that spice, but it's not very strong of a ginger smell. At first I couldn't understand the slime because the base is quite thin and the grains are fine as well. It was almost just a clear slime with snow sprinkled in. It was very jiggly at first, but over time the grains drew water from the base and was able to grow while thickening overall. My favorite part of the slime is a small jar of glitters, which from afar looks like a couple of Binksy weeds, but a few days after adding them in, I noticed they were actually tiny flowers and it was adorable. Following the most anticipated jelly is the most famous jelly. This is Peachy Gummy Jelly by Slime Obsidian. It is peach and heart fumose and is scented peach. It's a very unique jelly in that it is very snow heavy and very wet. It's a smoothie jelly out of all the ones I own. The snow is very bloomed and large. The base is also very thin, but the density of the snow ensures that it is still holdable and not jiggly. The first Slime Obsidian jelly I got was actually Galaxy Jelly, and I was blown away by the texture so much. In fact, I went back and got 3 more of the same texture. However, out of the 3 that I ended up buying, I did not like any of the scents, including Peachy Gummy Jelly, although I love the scent of Galaxy Jelly. The reason I love this texture so much is, in contrast to thicker jellies, the thinner base allows for stretchiness without being tacky at all. This makes it great for aggressive slimers, and it has much more to offer in regards to ASMR. A slime I found to be quite similar in texture to Slime Obsidian's jelly is Cacti Gummy from Relic Slimes. This jelly has sparse add-ins, barely enough to cover the bottom of the jar, but is able to get away with it because it has great clarity. The scent is described as melon haichu, but it smells a lot like Robitussin to me. Luckily, it's light, and I feel like I'm able to mask it if I play with a strongly scented slime beforehand. Like Slime Obsidian's jellies, this slime is very wet and has large grains, but unlike an obsidian jelly has less snow, it's still great for stretching and bubble pops, and this is definitely a one to look out for if you're really aggressive. Next, we have Strawberry Preserves by Lacuna, recommended by Ball Slime. This is a red-coated jelly scented strawberry with sesame sprinkles. This is, in my opinion, the intersection of a classic thick jelly and a wet jelly. The snow is moderately hydrated, and it is less snow-heavy than Obsidian's jelly. It's holdable, but still creates good bubbles. It's a very good non-tacky texture, and it can stay pretty non-tacky through inflation despite not being extremely wet. I'm not a fan of this scent for whatever reason because it smells to me like an old closet and it's very reminiscent of a recent Cruncini set I purchased, but that could just be me because a lot of people have raved about the fragrance. It's also pretty light, so it's not too distracting. Next, we have Jellies at Tiffany's by Slime Yoda. This isn't a super thick jelly, I think, because the snow is very hydrated, and the base is also not super thick. It's very juicy, but also light on the snow, so it's more slime-centric in comparison to the previous jellies. The scent is Blue Raspberry Mojito, which is a great fruity scent I find Slime Yoda excels in. It makes a lot of good bubble pops like a regular slime while having a little flair of texture with the snow. Because of the blue snow, the slime is very stretchy. This is very good for if you're not in love with snow heavy jellies, but you also just want to dip your toes in water and try something new. This is also great for aggressive slimers. And finally, we have Ocean Mist from Space Tuft. This is similar to Jellies at Tiffany's in that it is light on snow, blue, and fruity. It's an adorable slime with 3 blue caviar beads, a well charm, and orange fish females. This is a thicker jelly than Jellies at Tiffany's, but the grain is still moderately bloomed. It may be because it's drawn moisture from the base over time because I ordered the last one in stock. I like this slime especially for thwocks and to play with at normal people speed. It's very relaxing and easy to control. I like the weight of it in my hands. All of the slimes range from my favorite to least favorite are Strawberry Preserves from Lacuna, Ocean Mist from Space Tuft, Galaxy Jelly from Slime Obsidian, Ginger Peach Preserves from Sushi Slime, Jellies at Tiffany's from Slime Yoda, Flow Jelly from Flow Slimes, Cacti Gummy from Relic Slimes, Tutti Frutti Jelly from Peachy Babies, and in last place, H2OG Jelly from Slime OG. Thank you so much for tuning in to my very first comparison review. All slimes were purchased with my own money, so if you'd like me to continue making these, you can support me by purchasing from my shop or liking, commenting, sharing, and saving my posts. Thank you.